7 o'clock, 20 messages. 7:01, 30 messages. 7:02, 5 missed calls, 3 voicemails, emails, Instagram, your password, someone tried to log in. Facebook, he's requesting to be your boyfriend. Dating sites, sex sites. I would get like governor fucking emails like thank you for your support, like all this random shit. Like he signed me up for stuff. He fucking tried to make a fake profile of me and make like we're together. He like hacked my Instagram at one point.
Have you ever had like weird shit messages?
Oh, I have a stalker that I have 2 restraining orders on.
No.
For 10 years he's been stalking me. Yes. And I've hung out with him once. And
you hung out with him?
Yeah, so
he became a stalker after you hung out with him.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess.
Oh, he's definitely gonna be subscribing to my channel.
So this was like, I was probably like 18 or so, and I was working at Pro Ridge at this place called Millennium, and again, like I was already like a go-go dancer at that time. I was already a model. You know, my following was not as significant as it was today, but like still like, you know, before the algorithms too. I was just. My engagement was a lot better. Yeah, he came into my work with a Subway sandwich and he's like, hey, I read your Facebook post saying you're hungover, so I thought I'd bring you some food. And I thought that was the sweetest thing ever, because I have a lot of friends on Facebook. I have like the max capacity that I could have even at that time. So I was like, oh shit. I'm like, thank you so much. Like, you're so sweet. And he was just a really normal guy. He was mildly attractive, I will admit that, but he just seemed so cool, so normal. We like chit chatted while I was behind the desk eating my fucking sandwich. We like anime. I was like, oh yeah, are you cool? I had broken up with my ex, so I was single. So I was like, you know, like not having any bad intentions or whatever, but I'm not like looking for sex. But I'm like, I can have friends at that point, right? And I wasn't looking to fuck this guy. I was like, he's just cool as shit. And back then I was naive enough to give my number away to people, thinking that I could just be friends with them or whatever. And then
now you do understand guys and girls can't be friends, right?
No, I just don't give my number out, period, because I'm so traumatized with this fucking guy.
Okay, and then what happened?
So he was like, let me get your number. And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, and he would rave too. So I'm like, yeah, we know the same people. Like, we could rave together. We could just be friends, you know, if anything. And
why were you so quick to put him in the friend zone?
No, I mean, like, if anything were to happen after that, cool. But like,
but initially,
yeah, because he wasn't like hitting on me. That's the thing. He was just being very polite and like talking about the things that he likes. I'm like, oh, I like that show too. Or like, oh, you would like to rave? Did you go to this event? Yeah.
Yeah, but he brought you a sandwich. There's no way you didn't understand his intention.
I was naive. I was so stupid. I was like, he's just being so nice to me, because people just are so nice to me all the time that I was just like, oh, like in my stupid innocent virgin mind, I'm like, people are just nice to me because I'm me,
right? You
know. And then so I gave him my number, and he hit me up after work, and he's like, let's hang out. And then I didn't. As much as we talked about what he liked and stuff, I wasn't smart enough to ask him the real questions. Where do you live? How old are you? How old are you? Should have been the first. Where do you live? Do you have a car? What kind of car do you have? This and that. What do you do for a job?
Why was his age important? Was he that much older?
He turned out to be at least like 7 or 8 years older than me, and I was only like 17, 18 at the time. And by him being that much older than me, so okay, wait, let me just finish my story. Sorry. Okay. We hung out. First of all, like we like came outside of my work. He's like, okay, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, why don't we drink some 40s at your house? And I was like, I haven't drank a 40 since I was in middle school. Like, okay, if you want to. I was like, I can't like take you to my house because I have roommates and stuff. But there's a park outside of my house we could just like kick it at. You know, cool kid shit, right? Like you just drink at a park. So, and then we started walking. I'm like, and I didn't have a car at the time, but I'm only like 17, 18, and I didn't know his age yet. These questions came after. We were walking, and I'm like thinking like, oh, we're walking, he doesn't have a car, he must be my age, or I don't know. So I was like, do you have a car? And then he's like, oh no, it's in the shop right now, you know, I have like an S2K and all this, and like show me pictures. And I was like, whoa. I was like, how old are you? And I think he might have been like 28 or so at the time. Oh, maybe 10 years older then. And then I was like, okay, he's 28, like his car is in the shop, we're walking to the park to get 40s. And then so we walk to the liquor store, and he's like goes and buys the beer, and then we like take the bus up to my house. And while we were sitting in the bus, he sat across from me and he stared at me the whole time, like, and it was just the weirdest feeling. But I just was like, I've never had anything like that happen to me before, so I was just like, he's just cool. Maybe he has like an eye problem, or I don't know, like maybe some people are autistic, who knows. They just are socially inept. I don't know. I'm not going to discriminate. So I just didn't think of anything of it. So we got to the park and then we started drinking, and I drank maybe this much of my 40, and he drank even less than that. And like, we had just got there and we drank, and he started to like really hyperventilate, like, and I was just like, and we're sitting next to each other, and I'm just like, are you drunk? And I looked at his 40, and I'm like, you're not drunk. And he's like bigger than me. He's not this fat guy, but he was like 6'1", you know? And I'm like, are you okay? And like, I got really scared. The sun was going down. I was alone with him at a park near a neighborhood. No one really knew where I was because I didn't tell anyone I was hanging out with this guy, you know? And like, he just started to huff and puff, and he like turns to me and he's like, I think I just love you. And I'm like, oh, I was like, I was like,
Stalker for sure.
I was like, what do you mean? Like, he's like, I just want you so bad. And I'm like, we're at a park. I'm like, please don't do anything. We're at a park. Like, I'm not gonna have sex out here. And I'm like, I don't even know if I want to have sex with you, and I don't even know if I want to have it now. Like, you're freaking me out. I was like, but I watch enough Law and Order SVU to know not to freak out in front of them, to act like everything's cool. Because if you start to panic, then they're gonna hold you down and rape you, right? Yeah. So I was like, I was like, look, you're so fucking cool. I love you too. I fucking love you too. You're so cool. But like, I'm on my period, you know, and like, I'm like getting off my period, and it's just like that weird crusty, like, you know, dark brownish like goop, and I don't want to like embarrass myself on you, and like, I'm just so gross and it stinks. Like, I'm sorry, but like, let's just have sex tomorrow. Like, it'll be all clear tomorrow, you know? Like, you can come back and you can come to my house. And we could I was just saying anything to get this fucking guy away from me. And then I was like, I am in danger. I need to get him away. So I was like, do you have anyone that can pick you up? And he's like, yeah, my sister. But are you sure we're going to fuck tomorrow? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, we're going to fuck tomorrow. It's going to be the best sex ever. I'm like, oh my God. And so I made sure that his sister picked him up, and they drove away. And I waited 30 minutes to an hour until I was like, never fucking contact me again. You are so scary. I texted him that. I was like, don't talk to me, please. Like, I'm so sorry if I gave you the wrong impression. I'm so sorry if I came off in any way, but like, I don't want to see you. I don't want to, please leave me alone. And he like bombarded me. When I say he bombarded me, it was like 7 o'clock, 20 messages, 7:01, 30 messages, 7:02, 5 missed calls, 3 voicemails, emails, Instagram, your password, someone tried to log in, Facebook, he's requesting to be your boyfriend, dating sites, sex sites. I would get like governor fucking emails, like thank you for your support, like all this random shit. Like, he signed me up for stuff. He fucking tried to make a fake profile of me and make like we're together. He like hacked my Instagram at one point and was like sending himself messages, like, and it was like 5 years. And I told the people on my Facebook, I vented, you know, like a dumb little girl. I was like, this guy's crazy. He just posted screenshots because I love spilling tea. I was fucking an attention whore. I was like, this guy's fucking crazy. You know, like, if he ever messages you about me, like, don't, you know, give him the time of day. He's a fucking psycho. This is what he said to me. And then only after I found out that he's an actual meth head that lives in his mom's fucking garage. And then he showed me his true colors through his text, and he would tell me like, oh, like he would tell me things like, I am going to buy you a jade bracelet and slide it over your wrist enough to break your hand so that it won't ever come off. You're going to have my babies. I'm going to come to your house. I'm going to drug you when you're near asleep. I'm going to rape you. You're going to have my kids. We're moving to Vegas. Stuff like, I seen you sneak into my house and fuck Uncle Bob. And I'm like, who are these people? Like, he was delusional. But because I was 18 and I was underage drinking, I was obviously doing drugs back then. Like, I was obviously, if I went to the cops, they would take one look at me and be like, you asked for this.
Yeah, it was your fault.
Yeah. They would not believe me. And then I'd get in trouble because I was drinking with him. And how could I tell them that? Like, I don't want to get arrested. So I kept it a secret for like 5 years. Mm-hmm. And every single day he would fucking bother me in some way, shape, or form. And I would work at the hostess bar, and I one time saw him in the shadows, and it had been some years since I saw him, so I didn't recognize him. And he's smoking ice, so he's like losing weight, gaining weight. But I remember working at the bar, and my friend was talking to this guy, and this guy tried to reach for my tit, and I was like, whoa, like, what the fuck? I know I work here, but don't fucking treat me like that. Jesus Christ. And now, all from the darkness of the corner, I heard don't touch her. And I was like, who said that? And I look, and it's dark, and I have terrible eyesight to begin with. So I'm like, who the fuck is that? And then he's like away, but he's like giving me that stare from the bus. And I'm like, my heart sank to my fucking butthole. I swear to God. I'm like shaking right now. Like I went to my mama-san, and I was like, that's my stalker, that's my stalker. And no one knew about my stalker because I didn't tell anybody because I was so ashamed. She said, what are you talking about? That's a customer, baby. Go sit with them. I'm like, no, I don't want to sit with them. And I was like, please, mama, get him out, get him out. I ran to the back. I ran behind the bar so he couldn't fucking grab me. And like, I was like, security, please, get him fucking out. He's a psychopath. And then he was like, the security was like dragging him out, and he fucking threw a drink at me. And I was like, oh my God. And I knew it was him. I was like, oh my God, it's him. It's like seeing a shark in the water and you're all alone. It's like, what can you fucking do? And the shark comes and tries to bite you. Like, everything that I've endured, and I have not seen him for that long, and seeing him again in person just like mortified me because of all the things he said to me. And then I finally went to the courthouse and I applied for my restraining order. The only thing is, it only works if they get to serve you. If they don't ever catch you, you don't have a restraining order on you. So you can keep bothering somebody. I knew his name. So the thing is, he's a fucking idiot. So it's his full name, which I won't say, because I know if he watches this, he'll enjoy me fucking saying his name out loud. I've never said his name again, like not even in court. It's disgusting to me. I know I have no hatred in my heart, but I just like, he is so vile. I don't even want to think about him, like, and in court, I even was like, I don't hate the guy. I just want him to fucking leave me alone. But anyway, he finally got served after evading the cops. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to get served. You're not ever going to catch me. You're never going to get rid of me. Like, you're going to learn to love me. Stuff like that. And he finally got served at his house because I was like, please, I will pay somebody money to find out where he fucking lives actually. Because he would send me addresses, be like, come to this place and come fuck me. Like, we used to fuck, which is crazy because we never fucked. He would say all this crazy stuff. Like, he would leave me voicemails saying, like, I want to see our son. Before I even had kids. He's like, you're keeping my son away from me. I'm calling CPS. And I'm like, he was delusional. Literally said anything. So when the cops took him in, one of the cops knew me and he got my number and it was like, hey sis, I know you through so-and-so. I'm just letting you know, he's saying that you're his boyfriend. You're his girlfriend. Is that true? And I'm like, no, like, he's a fucking liar. And he's like, he's crying to us saying, like, how can she do this to me? She loves me so much. Like, we've been together for 6 fucking years. And I'm like, don't listen to him. He's fucking crazy. He was in jail. He called me from inside of OCCC, which I was so pissed about, because if you're in jail because this person put you in jail, why are you calling this fucking... Why is no one monitoring the fucking phone calls? I was so upset. He called me and it was like an automated, hi, an inmate at the OCCC name of, and they leave a blank so that you can see your name, is trying to contact you. Please press pound to accept. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I had no proof because I didn't... It was on a private number.
No, they tapped the
No. But when I told the cops about it, they're like, that didn't happen. They're not supposed to call you. I'm like, he fucking called me from this number. And actually, it was a Vegas number. It was weird, but it was that number. And then again, I got a call from private, but this time he left out his name. But the only inmate that I know of at OCCC is him. So of course it's him. Like, anyway, went to court. And of course in court, he seems like a normal guy. His fucking mom and sister's there. And he's just like in a suit, like, hi, Your Honor. I plead innocent. I'm innocent. She's the one contacting me. He tried to make a restraining order on me, saying I'm the one contacting him. And I was like, you know what? Do it. I will never contact you. If you want to put it on me, go ahead. But I'm saying, I have all this proof. I have voicemails of him saying that he's going to grab his dad's shotgun and come to my house and shoot me and then shoot himself holding me. All this, like, him on the voicemail saying, hi, baby, it's me, full name. And saying that, oh, I just smoked a bowl of ice, I'm all doped up, with his full name. He was such an idiot. He would include his name before saying anything. And it's the only way to incriminate yourself. And I'm like, how stupid do you have to be? The second time I put a restraining order on him, he messaged me again after having the restraining order, knowing he's not supposed to contact me, knowing that we went to court and that he asked his lawyers to make me drop the case if he went to rehab. And I said, you know what? The only way you're going to fucking rehab is pleading guilty that you're guilty of all this and admitting that you're a fucking liar and you will never bother me again. And you can go to fucking rehab in time served or whatever. And so they did that. And so I won the case. And even after that, he reached out again on Instagram. And I have the screenshots still of him saying, come to my address, full address. It's me, his full fucking name on the fucking Instagram. How stupid do you have to be? Like, I don't even have to find out from other people where you live or that it's you. When I call the cops and I show them this, they're not going to doubt me. Like, he was so stupid. I'm like, I could not have a better stalker to serve. And
Yeah,
again, we
crazy.
went to fucking court. He didn't show up. But again, I got my restraining order granted. But yeah, it's fucking so crazy. I've just been so traumatized in my life.